Let's talk about saving some money. Stay tuned. So you went and bought yourself that used truck, right? And when you bought it, you went out and you got yourself your insurance. And you got it based off of what it was that you paid for the truck. Now you've had that truck a year, and I have a feeling you're paying too much for insurance. What you got to do is take your truck into a dealer and tell them that you need to get the value of what your truck is for insurance purposes. They're going to tell you what that value is. If that value is less than what you owe, then you need to regroup. And what you do is that you're going to have to insure it for what they told you the value was, which will lower your insurance. And if you owe more than that, then you need to go get what is called gap insurance. That's the only way you're going to get the full value if you got into an accident. If somebody hit you or you had an accident on your own, the insurance company's not going to pay you what you're seeing prices for that are in the truck paper. You know, you see your truck and let's say it's going for $40,000. That's not what the insurance company's going to give you. They already know what that truck is worth based off of the mileage that it had on it. And the only way you're going to get that is if you go into a dealer and have them tell you what that is. Now, that's not the same as what the trade-in value is. Now, you can ask them that if you want to, and you're probably going to cry because it's a lower number than what the insurance number is. So that is one way that you can save some money. The other one is an unpopular topic, which is slow down. Loads where I'm at and where I've been at before are pretty much based off of 55 miles an hour. Now, that doesn't mean that's what I drive, but you get a lot of these guys, they're driving 70, 75 miles an hour. And with my truck, which is a Freightliner Cascadia, from Freightliner themselves, anything over 1300 RPM is money going out the stacks. 1300 RPM in this truck equates to 62 miles an hour. So anytime I'm going over 62 miles an hour, that's wasted money. So I try to keep mine under 62. I'll drive 60, 62. Now, not all loads are that way. I mean, we all have loads that are a hot load and we need to get it there. If I've got to, then I'll go faster. I've ungoverned my truck as far as what it was at prime. And the only reason I did that was so that I can get around those prime trucks, because they have the tendency that they see me coming and, you know, this is an old prime truck. They see it in the rear view mirrors, and for some reason those guys like to drag race. So you go, you know, you've been following them forever. They were doing 58, you're doing 62. You pull up beside them and all of a sudden they're doing 65. Well, that's as fast as they can go because that's what their max govern is. So I want to just get by them. So I've turned my truck up. But, you know, rates right now are not as high as what they were this last summer. They, I think, have come back down to what is going to be considered the norm for a while. Fuel prices have come down. So when I was out there this last summer, I was saying I needed to do $1,000 a day to the truck. That was fine and well at that time because the money was there, the rates were there, the fuel prices were there. Now the fuel prices are starting to drop, the rates are coming down. It's time that I can't do $1,000 a day to the truck. Now, when I was at Prime, believe it or not, I had it set where I had to do $500 a day, 7 days a week. That was my where I needed to be, where I was comfortable, and I was successful there. I made money, not fantastic money, but I made money. Right now, I kind of have to say I can't. There's no way I can do $1,000 a day. The loads just aren't out there. If you look at the load boards, they're really not. So now I kind of have to bring it down to maybe $600-700 a day is what I'm going to be looking at until maybe this spring when if it starts to go back up, then I'll raise that up again. But I try to make it so that they're goals. And I see drivers out there, $1,000 a day is what my goal is, whether or not I meet it. I understand that. Yeah, I'd like to make $1,000 a day in the winter, but I know that it's not going to happen. It's not realistic. So for me to watch my numbers, I kind of lower it a little bit during the winter, and so I'm looking, like I said, between $600-700 a day, and I'm happy I'm making money. Now, you got to remember, I don't have a truck payment either, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to say that and still make money. The going fast is just wasting my money, so I slow it down. And you got to remember, we get worse fuel mileage in the winter as it is because of the fuel. So I get my best fuel mileage in the summer, and that's when we're running on our summer fuels. So that's a couple of things I figured I would touch base with tonight. There was not a lot that happened today. I'm still on the load that is going to deliver it tomorrow. I was trying to book a load. They called me this morning and asked me if I want to take a load. It was basically going down to Miami, and I wasn't ready to go home, so I said no right away. When I got up here, I stopped and was in doing my laundry, and I was checking the load board, and that load was still there. I thought, well, what the heck, let me go down and check, see what's going on in Florida. And sure enough, there was a load coming out of Florida that was paying great going to Louisiana. So I called up my coordinator and said, hey, look, I don't mind doing a load to Miami if we can get this load. So he goes and he books me on that load. Well, the load I was taking down to Miami is actually picking up where I'm delivering this tomorrow. It was a crane. Unfortunately, that load is now gone. So now I'm booked on a load coming out of Florida, but I don't have a load going in. So we're waiting to see if we can find something going down there. I'll probably end up having to give that load up, which isn't a big deal. But that's the only thing that's bad about being out here, because like I said, when I'm driving, I can't look at the load board, because that's usually my very first question. And at Mercer, they don't like to do backwards booking. So, but he did it. He's like, look, I'm going to do this just because I see that it's there, and we'll see if we can't grab these. And it just worked out that it was already gone. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It was going to be a great week. So we'll find out tomorrow what's going to happen. Anyway, I just thought I would throw that out there a little bit, because a lot of people don't realize that your insurance company's not going to tell you, hey, you need to lower your coverage. That's just more money in their pocket. You're paying for what you think is a certain amount, but that's not what the insurance company is going to pay you. So you have to do your own due diligence, go into a dealership, find out what your truck is worth for insurance purposes. They will give you that number, and then you need to call whoever your insurance is and get your insurance adjusted. And again, if you owe more than what the dealership is saying your truck is worth, you need to look at getting gap insurance. That way, if the truck gets in an accident, the truck can be paid off, and you're not left where the truck's not all the way paid off and you're upside down in it. So just thought I would pass this on. Be safe out there, keep it between the ditches, and we will check back in with you tomorrow, hopefully. If not tomorrow, for the next couple of days. So be safe.